Hello people of YouTube, 'tis I once more, the Crimson Assassin with an all-new hairstyle and a beard that's just shaved. I gotta shave the bottom of this, but other than that, I got this nice lovely haircut and this nice lovely beard. With to you today, now originally I was kind of supposed to review, Ponyo, but I have not gone. Like I've been lazy. Like I watched Ponyo like the other day, but yeah, I just didn't bother doing the review because I mean there's not really much to say about the movie. It was just kind of, it was good, but it wasn't like the best movie I've seen by Studio Ghibli. So I thought, fuck it, I'm not gonna review it, but I will possibly review Kiki's Delivery Service or even Princess Monokone sometime during the weekend, so expect either one of those two. But that's not the purpose of this video. The purpose of this video is to talk to you people about 3 things that were announced this week, okay? And I mainly 2 I kind of want to address. Like this one I could really kind of care less about, but 3 big things that happened this week. That one involves gaming, one involves the pop culture, social media, the iPhone, basically. You guys know the iPhone 7. And the huge, biggest, like, a monumental history is created just recently. Like, wow. So, for gaming, obviously, would be the PS4, the announcement of the PS4 Pro, and on how it can handle, you know, this new PlayStation 4 platform that can handle 4K, and it's going to be released very soon. I forgot the release date, and I kind of did forget the price. I mean, all I know is that it was announced. I didn't really knew the release date of it. Like, the whole, like, PS4, announced the new PS4 Pro. You know, it's like, they were, you know, at first they were like kind of hinting it, like they were like all these news articles about the PS4 Neo and you know that it could handle 4K quality, 1080p, 60 frames per second at the same time, and you know for these modern day consoles, you know this is the console to go to. Now, I have, you know, a few good things. I mean, yeah, sure, it's nice that you can finally, like, us gamers can finally have a console that could run in 4K quality, even 1080p and 60 frames per second at the same time. But here's kind of my issue. And the PS4, the PS4 we have now, can run games in 1080p and can already run games at 60 frames per second. So it's not really hard to make a game that's both 1080p and 60 frames per second. Like the only real purpose of the PS4 Pro is so that games could run at 1080p, 60 frames per second, and even at 4K quality. So my thing is, we already had the technology to make it for the PS4, like the original, when it came out. When the PS4 came out, it ran games at 60 frames per second. It could run games at 1080p. So why make a separate console to do those things that the PS4 can already do, just not at the same time? It mind boggles me. I mean, like, you could have done this when the PS4 was announced. The PS4 already has the technology, has the hardware to do these games at such a high quality, yet, you know, it runs like shit. Like, games like Bloodborne, they look great. The graphics look great. They look awesome at 1080p, but the game runs in 30 frames per second. A game like Overwatch, which I've been loving lately, could run in 60 frames per second, but I think the graphic capability is basically 720p. Like, seriously. And if you look at the spec, if you look at the console and how it is, it could potentially run at both 1080p and 60 frames per second at the same time already. I believe one example that Bethesda tried to do was with Doom. I believe I read this article that Doom can run in 1080p and 60 frames per second on console. That's how, you know, use the hardware that you're already used to, is what I'm basically trying to say. Because, you know, don't make a separate thing, you know, that could do what this thing can already have done before. If you kind of understand where I'm coming from. But besides that, I mean, it's just kind of like Sony's way of like kind of getting a little cash grab. Like maybe for like the small audience who has not have a PS4 yet. I mean, I have a PS4 that runs perfectly fine, albeit my disc eject is having some serious issues. I'm gonna have to try to get that fixed hopefully later on. But right now it's not doing anything. I have to keep an eye on it. But other than that, I mean, what's the whole point of a new PS4 when we already have the capabilities to have it? I mean, sure, it can't run it at the same time, but it has the hardware to do it anyway. You could still do that. I mean, I don't know. You know, you guys might correct me or something, but that's just my opinion about the PS4 Pro. Now, the iPhone 7. Now, I could really kind of care less about the iPhone 7 because I'm, like, up to here with iPhones, and part of the reason being is because I record my videos with an iPhone 5S. Yeah, I don't have a state-of-the-art camera like a lot of YouTubers. No, I use the pretty shitty, pretty dumb iPhone 5S, and I don't have the kind of money to buy, you know, a camera that could help me do videos and edit, and nah, I can't do that. No, I don't have this. But I record shit with the iPhone 5S. And this iPhone 5S, I've had it for like almost 2 years. And I mean, at first when I got it, it was great. I liked it. But as I got on with it, it was like the battery ended up being completely utterly shit. I had so many issues with chargers, with headphones that didn't work. I only had it like on one side. The charger completely bones. It sucks, and my battery drains like a straw, like it's like a Slurpee, like you're drinking a Slurpee and you're freaking and you try to drain like all the amount of Slurpee from the thing. I really had it like up to here with Apple and its bullshit. And like Samsung, I mean, I believe Samsung has like way surpassed Apple at this point, because like already, like even when the iPhone 6 came out, fucking it couldn't still be waterproof, but freaking the Samsung, you know, was already waterproof, you know, since I believe the Note 5. I'm not really big into phones, I'm not really into tech kind of stuff, but the iPhone 7, I mean, it's just, you know, the latest installment of iPhone. I mean, like, I've seen those memes lately where, you know, the whole thing about, oh, you can't pass the aux cord to your friend because, well, you know, the iPhone 7, you know, it doesn't have a headphone jack. It does wireless headphones, and they're $159, and I'm like, damn, that's a lot of money. And like, no, fuck Apple. Nah, like I really had it like up to here with its bullshit, because like, just it's either I need an upgrade because I sure as hell kind of need it, or I'm just had it up to here. Like, I can't stand Apple at this moment. Like, every time I even try to do stuff on YouTube, it glitches. It fucking, like, I remember this one time I opened up YouTube and I was in the middle of watching, like, Game Grumps. Okay, I love the Game Grumps, by the way. And I'll be watching, like, a Game Grumps video, or even, Markiplier or someone like that. And, like, sometimes, like, the video, like, I twin to turst it, and, like, the video would, like, sometimes be, like, half shown, like, the video, like, would be, like, cut off right here, and there's, like, a black screen right there, but the video's playing right there, and then, like, it'll adjust and fix itself, you know, 5 seconds later. I mean, you could probably argue that that's kind of YouTube, but I've had this issue happen to my iPhone dozens of times. Hell, there's even moments where my iPhone tends to kick me out of YouTube, and it's not even my fucking fault. So, again, up to here with Apple and its bullshit. Now then, the final bit of news that I want to throw my 2 cents in is the major news that happened, I believe, like, today. Like, I did not even knew that this piece of news happened until, like, a few minutes, like, when Glass Reflection made his video, and then the Black Critic guy made his video. I'm like, damn, I gotta throw my 2 cents in. And that is, of course, the Funimation / Crunchyroll, you know, they're not really fusing, but they're having this huge partnership with one another. If you guys have not heard, or if you guys don't even know who Funimation or Crunchyroll is, or what Crunchyroll is, Funimation and Crunchyroll are two of the biggest anime broadcasters, okay? You have Crunchyroll, who primarily, uploads anime, like, basically, like, newer anime as it's come out, like, either a day later or, like, a few hours after it's aired in Japan, and with, subtitles, and they have, the full original Japanese translation in Crunchyroll. So if you want to see like your new animes, you go to Crunchyroll. Okay, the spring, the summer, the winter seasons of anime. Which I'm gonna do a video later talking about some of the new animes that's for the winter. Sorry, not the winter, the fall of 2016. Which it's looking pretty good. Like, but we'll get into that in a bit. Well, in a later date. But there's going to be this huge partnership with Crunchyroll and Funimation. Funimation, on the other hand, is basically kind of like the polar opposite of Crunchyroll. Instead of, having the Japanese translation, they broadcast it in fully English dub. So anime is kind of like you can watch, Funimation licensed anime like One Piece, trying to think, Fullmetal Alchemist, obviously, Attack on Titan, animes that are English dub, but they also do have the Japanese dub, but, they primarily focus on the English dub, because, there's an audience for both. There's, an audience for English dub users and an audience for Japanese dubbed users. The only problem with Funimation is that Funimation, doesn't have the new anime, it doesn't have any of the new stuff, okay? Crunchyroll has the new stuff, and what they did was that they're basically going to share and exchange licenses between one another, which means animes like Mob Psycho, 91 Days, there's one other that they mentioned, I believe ReZero is going to get its own dubbed, because they exchange licenses. Crunchyroll and Funimation exchange licenses with one another, and it's huge, okay? Like, the anime community is, like, overjoyed right now. Like, wow, we're gonna get, new English dubbed animes, that from 2016 that's gonna be immediately English dubbed. At the same time, we have Crunchyroll that we can just watch it brand new, right out of Japan, a day later or, like, a few hours later. So, when we heard this news, we were freaking, like, overjoyed. Like, we were just like, yes! We're gonna get animes, and, we're gonna... More animes for us. It's gonna be beneficial to both Funimation and Crunchyroll, and it's gonna be a benefit to us as fans of anime, who really love anime, who just can't get enough of anime. And, basically, dubs are gonna be coming to Crunchyroll, and Japanese dubs, like, new animes, like, again, like I said, Mob Psycho 100... 91 Days, or they're all gonna go to Funimation, and they get to do their English dubs, and Crunchyroll could attract that English dub audience. Because the problem with Crunchyroll is that, with a few minor exceptions of animes here and there, like I believe the entirety of Toradora is available in dubbed in Crunchyroll, but not a lot of animes are available in dubbed for Crunchyroll. So it's kind of like a huge, like, wow, we're gonna get, brand spanking new animes in English dub, but we're also gonna get, English dub for, like, previously other airing animes. Like, they could put the entire English dub for Attack on Titan. They could, put the entire English dub of One Piece if they could, because freaking One Piece, that's just a big, giant playlist. We get all that, and it's a huge plus for us. I mean, we shouldn't really be complaining. Now, like, I had no issues with it. It's just that I'm just overblown. Like, I'm excited. I'm really happy that they're doing this partnership. Like, I'm really excited about it. But I'm kind of a little bit confused, because, like, if they're gonna exchange licenses, that means we kind of have a we have both Funimation and Crunchyroll's subscription. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Because, like, you know, if there's animes from Funimation that's going to Crunchyroll, and animes from Crunchyroll is going to go to Funimation, aren't we now, like, considered, you know, people who, you know, subscribe to Funimation because their animes are there? Or it's kind of confusing. I'm kind of, like, iffy on those kinds of details, but it is something, you know, that's kind of like to overlook. We are going to get, you know, cross Crunchyroll users, we're going to get English dubs soon because, again, the issue with Crunchyroll is that it doesn't have a lot of English dubs. So, you know, it's a huge win for Crunchyroll, and it's basically a huge win for Funimation that they're going to be exchanging these licenses. So, that's kind of my thoughts. I'm really happy for this huge, big piece of news, and I'm very excited. That's gonna wrap this video up, people of YouTube. So then, let me down in the comments below, what did you guys think about these three pieces of news about the PS4 Pro, the iPhone 7, and this huge thing with Funimation and Crunchyroll? That's gonna, like I said, wrap this video up. I might still do the review for Ponyo. I'm not kind of convinced because, I mean, it wasn't really that great of a film. Like, the animation was solid, like, I'll give it that. And the story was really good with interesting characters, but it wasn't really, like, anything to kind of write home about. But, so if you kind of want my mini review of Ponyo, I just basically said it right now. It's nothing really to write home about. It's a good movie, it had its issues I can't get into, but that's besides the point. I might still do the review anyway, who knows, but probably not. That's gonna wrap this video up, like I said, the third fucking time. Till then, people of YouTube, I will hopefully try to review either Kiki's Delivery Service or Princess Monokone or even Tokyo Godfathers. So all on that. So until then, people of YouTube, finally, this is the Crimson Assassin signing out. Peace, YouTube.